Morning, or technically it's afternoon now, again, as has been typical for all of these Balticon videos. Um, I'm not used to using the iPad for this. I always forget where the little camera is. In any case, it is Tuesday, February, where did that come from? May 26th, 2015. I'm Christiana Ellis. This is 5 More Minutes. So I'm at the airport now, and so I don't think I'm not actually doing anything wrong, but you never know when who's gonna think that you're not supposed to be taking videos at the airport. So we'll see if I can manage to get through my 5 minutes without any kind of hassling by the man. So I'm all checked in at the airport and ready to head back home to Boston and pick up my little dog from the kennel. I stayed one extra night in Maryland with my Balticon roommates, Chooch and Viv, and it was great. We got to watch the most recent episode of Game of Thrones together, which is something that we never get to do, although it was weird that we couldn't just immediately start talking about it because we have the podcast coming. So that was a little strange because our instinct was to just want to talk about it right away. But we decided to refrain so that we could have that conversation during the podcast. And I got to meet their grandson, little Maddox, aka Little Bear, and just so adorable. And you know what? Like this whole weekend, this Balticon has been really good for me. You know, I talked in this video a little bit, not this one, but you know, these videos, a little bit about how leading up to Balticon I was feeling a little bit of anxiety about it, and part of that certainly was, you know, what I've described, which is that I frequently will have a little bit of a social anxiety before any big thing like this. It's just kind of a mental pattern that I go through sometimes, and so I knew to expect some of that, but I was also feeling a little bit more than usual this year, and I'm not sure where that was coming from, but it proved to be unfounded. This was really a soul-healing weekend for me. You know, I've loved Balticon ever since the very first one I went to, and it really just, there's a real sense of family at these conventions. There's so many people that I really love and care about that I just don't get to see very often. You know, it's really only these conventions that I get to see them in person, even if I'm interacting with them regularly online. And it's different, it's special. And not only that, but you know, the party that I was helping to put on and the tribute to P.G. Holyfield went really well, and all of the panels that I was on went really well, and I had brought 3 copies each of Nina Kimberly and the Space Casey script book to sell at the party, with the proceeds going to the fund, and I wasn't sure how they were going to sell, just because, you know, I haven't been working at it recently and I haven't sold that many recently, but all 3 of each sold. And that was kind of exciting, and I was just getting lots of people, you know, saying nice things, and I was having fun. It was just a really great weekend, and I'm so glad that I went. And, you know, not that there was necessarily a lot of question that I was going to go, but, you know, I'm trying to be more thrifty, and so I may not be able to do Dragon Con this year, but all the more than that it was really important to me to go to Balticon, and it was just wonderful. I had a great time. I feel, you know, tired because certainly, you know, convention weekends are not a relaxing vacation, but, you know, replenished in my soul. That's what I feel right now, and so I feel really good. I don't know what else to say. I'm running up. I'm close to my 5 minutes. Sometimes I run over. Sometimes I'm kind of like, oh, I need just a few more seconds, and there's the 5 minutes. One of the weird things about these videos too is that I had lots of people tell me they watch and like them, and that's exciting. I suspect people don't necessarily watch every one, and that's fine because this is a weird little, I don't know what this is, but it's fun to do, and if people are digging it at all, then that's great. And so if you're watching this, then thank you, and I recommend Balticon. Okay, I think I'll call it for now. I am at the airport, so let's not push my luck. So thank you everybody for watching. Remember, you can find all my stuff at christianeellis.com, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.